Hey everybody, Mikey Kung Pao here. Still reading through, Jodi's submission to the court. Take a long time to read because she keeps saying the same thing over and over again. Like, poor little me. Everybody mean to me, they don't love me the way I want them to, and they don't act like I want them to, and I am the regal expert. How come no one listened to me when I tell them what they should be doing instead? So, anyway, we'll get to that on a future video, but in the meantime, tonight I wanted to do something a little different. A public service announcement for you all. A medical thing to give you a warning so you don't get bad disease that I got. Okay, no STD. Okay, no, I never have that. Alright, and here's the thing. I have I have developed type 2 diabetes. Okay, and the doctor tell me, they've been watching me for 3 or 4 years. Blood sugar a little high, but it crossed over into that diabetes range. So doctors say to me, oh, okay, that does it. We're going to have to treat this now. So let me tell you, I always knew diabetes really bad, but I didn't know how bad till I started researching it. And I don't want it anymore, so I'm going to get rid of it. And I show you how I'm going to do that. But let me tell you how bad this thing is now that I did my research and looked everything up. This thing will triple your risk of stroke, okay? And it will triple your risk of a heart attack, and it will cause your kidneys to fail, so you have to have dialysis and go in hospital all the time, be hooked up to machinery and everything, sit there bored while something runs your... really horrible stuff. It will cause your toes to fall off, and eventually you lose your feet entirely. But lots of excruciating pain first. I'm just developing a symptom because I got a pain and numbness in the end of one big toe. So that's a warning sign to me. Get rid of that pain, and then you know you'll get your blood sugar under control. Feel like a rock in the end of your shoe, but no rock there. All right. You lose your hearing eventually, and you have muscle weakness, and you lose your eyesight and go blind. I hear voices. Anybody out there? And those are just the minor symptoms, okay? So, I mean, the really bad thing can cause your male function to degrade and not be so good no more, okay? So, might as well jump off a bridge when that happens, okay? So, we don't want that. And the worst of all, I think, in a way, even worse than all that other horrible stuff, it can help make you develop Alzheimer's. There's a correlation between, diabetes and Alzheimer's. So, what was I talking about? I think I was talking about diabetes. Did I say anything to you guys about diabetes? Are you my cousin? Okay, bad jokes. Okay, look. I know Alzheimer's a horrible disease, and I have nothing but the greatest respect for those caregivers who help those people. When I was young, like 20-year-old or something, first wife, we used to visit rest home and stuff, and we would visit Alzheimer's patients, really, true story. And, they would call you a different name every time you come back and everything. They didn't remember last time you visit. But I didn't worry about whether there were a long-term benefit to them, because I figure if we could make them happy for the moment, that was of great value, just right then and there. So I have a soft spot for that. We all going to develop it, most of us, if we get old enough. I'm not planning to get old enough to develop it, but I have nothing but the greatest respect for the caregivers who deal with the Alzheimer patient day in and day out. So don't write me a letter and say, you're making fun of it. I'm not making fun. I'm just trying to show you the dark side of life that you got to avoid, okay? So the good thing is, diabetes can be actually reversed, and you can cure it yourself. In many cases, type 2 diabetes I'm talking about here now, okay? So how do you do that? Well, the first thing is, you could take medicine that help. Now, I don't want to go that route, because the doctor prescribes something for me, and I try it for a little bit, and it make me so out of it, and slow, and everything, and, mentally numb, and physically numb, that I feel like Jodi Attorney Kurt Nermy. I'd be sitting there going, people would talk to me, I wouldn't even hear them. I'd be like, you know, I'd be going, now in regards to diabetes, you know, do I want to live like that? No, I don't want to live like that. So, but there are other things you can do and hopefully avoid the medicine. So here what I'm doing. Okay, exercise, of course. So, you know, I'm doing some weightlifting and taking some walks and things like that, and a few push-ups and things. And that really helped. I noticed, because, you know, I'm into the rocket science thing, so I'm tracking things on a spreadsheet matrix to see how each thing I do affect blood sugar. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you tonight how I measure my... And so I've been doing that. And then the other thing you can do is you can control diabetes with your eating habit, of course. And so it's a pretty simple regimen. What you do is you stop eating everything that you ever have liked in your life. Okay, so you can no longer eat anything good of any kind, of any type. And instead, what you have is like green beans, okay? Maybe some broccoli, perhaps? Yeah, maybe a little diced chicken that's boiled, okay? And so that what I have to look forward to. And, you know, on Thanksgiving, my blood sugar was like 987, I think, or something. Should be below 140 after eating, below 200. All right, so so what we're going to do now, I'm going to show you how I've been testing my blood sugar all the time to see what effect various things I'm doing have. Now, this is an interesting little thing. What you do, you take this little thing here and you cock it with this little trigger thing, see? And what that has, this is a miniature Jodi tool, okay? It got a little lance, little sharp, picky, or horrible little lance on the end. Don't know if you can see. Can you see that? And then you push this button, bam, and it go up into your thumb or finger or wherever you're jamming it. And here, let's do this. We'll put this thing on here. Always safety first. This is why I'm wearing safety glasses, so that no one will be harmed as I'm doing my blood test. You know what this sharp little thing remind me of? It reminded me of a movie I saw a long time ago. Hey, let's go look at the clip from that first for a second, because the little Jodi tool remind me of that too. And then we come right back. So use the Jodi Tools 3 times a day on myself. Remind me of this old film from the 1970s, Karen Brack, with the Warrior Jodi Zuni doll. Let's take a look at it for a second. She checking it out.
He who kills.
Just substitute.
Boy, are you ugly.
Yeah, Jodi pretty ugly too when we think about it. That face. The big wrong nose. And
your mother wouldn't love you.
You know, I don't think Jodi's mother do love her when I think about it. But she didn't stand up for her in trial. That reminded me quite a bit of Jodi. You know, a female, you know, you make thing. Imagine a female version.
Very sharp.
Very sharp. Too sharp, actually. A little stick thing there. Just like what I use for my diabetes thing. Yeah, okay. Now that definitely looks like Jodi Arad. Okay. What did that Jodi doll do?
The ball probably just burnt out, that's all.
Yeah, it just burnt out. Just climbed through a doggy door. See how that thing reaching onto her neck? It kind of reminded me of that thing where Travis and Jodi at that party, and she reaching onto him, just like stuck on him, you know, like abalone, you know. And then this part here, that coming up, this is what we wanted to see happen to Jodi, instead of not bad to Travis. And I'm hoping maybe this will be her future. Let's find out what happened. Stuck on, just like stuck on Travis. Jodi doll, get in there, Jodi doll. That's Jodi when she's jealous. After she climbed to the doggy door and see Travis with another girlfriend. Yeah, see, Karen, like us, the more she heard Jodi, the more she went to cover her ears. All right, so let's go back to doing the diabetes test now. Okay, we back. So you can see why that movie clip from the 70s with Karen Brack, poor Karen Brack, well, she could get the best in the end. Why that remind me of Jodi in some way. Don't want to make right, but anyway, let's get on with our torture, okay? So, we cock the little thing, we pop it in our finger. Ow! Who do that to me? Okay, now I got to get some blood out of that hole that I just made. And hopefully we'll get blood so I don't have to do that again. It's a real drag when you can't get blood the first time. And, oh, I'm only getting a tiny, squeezing and squeezing. Try to get a tiny bit of blood. I think I got enough. Okay, alright. Yeah, any vampire out there? There's a little bit of blood on there. I don't know if you can see it. That lighting not so good in here. Okay, now what we do, we stick our test strip into the tool, into the measuring tool here, to our little blood glucose monitoring thing here. See that little thing? Now I gotta wait until that count down and tell me it's ready. You know, then I can have it suck up the blood. Okay, it's ready now. All right, so let's see what happened. Now we're gonna put this up to the finger and have it suck up that blood. Suck that right up. And then we wait 5 seconds and it's going to tell me my result. Okay? Okay, the result, 152. See? Okay, that's not like fantastic result, but it's pretty good result compared to what I was having like on Thanksgiving night when I was like 900. Okay, so, okay, I went that high, but it was pretty high. All right, so 152 is just a little bit over a normal rate. This is 2 hours after eating dinner. Okay, so normal for a person not have diabetes is below 140. So 152 close to that. I'm in this pre-diabetes range right now, controlling it. Okay, actual diabetes range of bad blood glucose will be over 200, and if it over 200 a lot, then that means it attacking every cell and nerve in your body, and it will get on your very last nerve and do all the horrible things I told you. All right. So that's all I have to tell you tonight. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a public service message tonight in case any of you ever have any of these symptoms. And you can avoid all of this by doing exercise and keeping your weight down and eating low glycemic food like anything you hate and not eating anything you love, okay? But until we come back with the next Jodi thing with her 12-page monologue here, until we come back with that, my advice to you is avoid Zuni warrior Jodi sociopaths and don't go with them. Okay, take care. See you later. Bye.